Level 1. It starts small, almost unnoticeable. You wake up one day feeling off, like something is missing but you can't explain what. You stare at the ceiling for a few seconds longer than usual, not really thinking, just existing. Your alarm goes off, but you don't rush to turn it off. You let it ring for a bit, then silence it slowly. You tell yourself it's just a bad day, nothing serious. You stay in bed a little longer than usual, scrolling your phone before getting up. You check the same apps again and again without realizing it. You skip one responsibility because you don't feel like it. You tell yourself it won't matter this time, and honestly, it feels kind of nice to take a break. You feel relief, like pressure just disappeared for a moment. You enjoy the comfort more than you expected. Level 2. A few days later, that feeling comes back. Not strong, but consistent. It's always there in the background. You start noticing you don't enjoy things the same way anymore. Things that used to excite you feel quieter now. Games, videos, hanging out, everything feels a little dull. You still do them, but it's more out of habit than excitement. You keep switching between things trying to feel something again. You open one app, close it, open another, then go back. Nothing really sticks. You laugh, but it feels forced. You catch yourself zoning out mid-conversation. Sometimes people have to repeat what they said. You start choosing easier, more passive things because they require less energy. Level 3. You begin avoiding things that take effort. Not suddenly, just slowly. Replying to messages feels exhausting. You see notifications and decide to answer later, but you never do. You reread messages without replying. Going outside feels unnecessary. You think about it but don't move. You tell yourself you just need time to recharge. You cancel plans more often, making excuses that sound reasonable. You even start believing your own excuses. It becomes automatic. Deep down, you know something's changing, but you don't want to think about it, so you distract yourself again. Level 4. Your routine starts to shrink. You wake up, check your phone, stay in your room, repeat. Hours pass without you noticing. You look up and it's already afternoon. Days blend together, and you stop keeping track of time. You forget what day it is sometimes. You stop planning anything ahead. Thinking about the future feels uncomfortable. You notice people around you moving forward, but you feel stuck. You scroll through their lives instead of living yours. You compare, then quickly distract yourself again. You tell yourself you'll fix it soon, just not today. You keep choosing comfort because it's the only thing that still feels safe. Level 5. Weeks turn into months. You don't notice when it happens. Your energy drops even more. Even getting out of bed feels like effort now. You sit up slowly, then lay back down again. Simple tasks feel heavy, like they require way more energy than they should. You think about doing something, but don't start. You start procrastinating everything, even things you used to do easily. You delay things until they stop mattering. You put things off until they disappear or become irrelevant. You spend more time alone, not because you want to, but because it feels easier. Conversations feel like work. Silence becomes normal. You begin to feel disconnected from everything. Level 6. You start overthinking everything. It becomes constant. Small problems feel huge. Things that didn't matter before now feel overwhelming. Conversations replay in your head over and over again. You think about what you said, what you should have said, what they might think. You imagine different versions of the same moment. You question yourself constantly, even about simple decisions. You hesitate more. You second-guess everything. Your confidence slowly disappears. You stop trusting yourself. The idea of changing feels overwhelming, so you don't even try. Level 7. You want to feel better, but you don't know how. You try small things, but you give up quickly. You start something, then lose interest almost immediately. It feels pointless. Nothing feels rewarding anymore. Even when you do something good, it doesn't feel like it matters. You don't feel proud, just neutral. You wait for motivation, but it never comes. You feel stuck in a loop you can't break. Every day feels the same, and that feeling starts to scare you. Level 8. Years pass, and you barely notice. Time doesn't feel real anymore. Life keeps moving, but you feel like you're standing still. You look at others and feel like they're living in a different world. Their lives feel fast, yours feels paused. You start comparing yourself more, and it hurts every time. The gap feels bigger than ever. You realize how much time has gone by, and it feels heavy. You think about all the things you could have done. You imagine different versions of your life. Regret starts to build slowly. It doesn't hit all at once. It builds quietly. Level 9. You finally understand what's been happening. Not all at once, but piece by piece. It wasn't just a phase. It wasn't just a few bad days. It became your normal. You see how small choices added up over time. Every time you avoided something, every time you chose isolation, every time you said not today, every small moment mattered. You realize you were slowly disappearing from your own life. Not suddenly, but gradually, and now it feels like you're far behind. Level 10. 10 years have passed. You sit there, thinking about everything you could have done differently. You replay moments in your head. You imagine a version of yourself that didn't go through this. It almost feels unreal, like a different life. The hardest part isn't the time you lost. It's knowing you were there the whole time, feeling it, but not stopping it. You remember the small moments where you could have changed something. You realize how quietly it took over your life. Not in one moment, but in thousands of small ones. And now you're left with one question. What happens next?